What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2017 movie, The Post. So this movie is directed by Steven Spielberg and is set in 1971 and depicts the true story events of the attempts by journalists at the Washington Post to publish the infamous Pentagon Papers, that's pretty much the story of this movie. They're trying to publish these papers and stuff. A lot of newspapers and stuff aren't wanting to do it. They're scared to do it, but the Washington Post wants to uncover the stuff with the United States government and Vietnam and stuff. So this movie is okay. It's not really one that I probably ever plan on rewatching unless I'm just watching Spielberg's movies, or maybe Tom Hanks' movies. I'd watch them if I'm watching his collection, but I just did not care for this movie very much, to be honest. It's not really that it's bad, it's really well made and everything, but it just isn't my type of story. I'm not really into these political drama movies very much anyway. Very occasionally do I find movies like this that I am entertained by, and this is definitely not one that I really liked very much. It wasn't anything against anybody in it. Everybody was great in here. Like their performances were good, especially Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. They both gave really good performances and stuff, but the story just wasn't really that entertaining. It's really, really slow paced, and the movie's only an hour and 55 minutes, but it feels like it's a lot longer than it really is and stuff. It goes by really slowly. Most of the time I don't even really understand what they're talking about, because I'm not really that familiar with all the stuff that the Pentagon Papers and stuff that they go through. And I know it leads up to the Watergate, the famous Watergate incident and stuff. They got Richard Nixon to resign and stuff. I don't really know a lot about that either. I just know little bits and pieces of it, but most of it I didn't really get and everything, and so that's why it's just not one of my favorite movies that Spielberg's directed. I will say though that there are good things about it though. The cinematography and stuff is once again really good, which, I mean, Spielberg, you always know the cinematography is going to be good. John Kaminsky always does a good job with Spielberg's cinematography, and John Williams did the score for it. I think it's okay. It fits the movie, but it's not really one of his best scores. It's actually one of, probably would be the weakest score I've ever heard of his, to be honest. But I think that The Post is an okay movie. It has, though, especially, like I said, Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep were both great in their roles, and both of them were really believable as Ben Bradley and Katharine Graham, and they got their mannerisms and voices and stuff down really well and everything. I watched a couple of little bit of interviews with these people just so that I could see what they were like in real life and stuff to compare them, and I think they did a good job with the casting on there. And you got some other good actors in here. David Cross has an appearance or has a small role in here. He looks really weird in this movie though, because he has this really weird hairdo and stuff, and it looks weird just seeing him with hair anyway. And Bradley Whitford, he's good in here, and Bob Odenkirk and Sarah Paulson, and all the cast are pretty good in this movie. It's not really anything to do with them, it's just the story doesn't entertain me. It's not really intriguing or anything, but like I said, it's not my type of story though, so I guess that could be a huge part of it. It's not one that I probably will revisit anytime soon. It's one of those movies that I'm likely to skip if I'm watching one of their collections as well. If I'm not in the mood to watch it, I probably would skip it. It's mediocre. I know it did get good reviews from critics and stuff, but I don't know how good it did in theaters, if it was a hit or not, but I think it was a decent doing movie, but it's one that I'm really glad that I didn't go see in the theater, because I probably would have fell asleep during it. I almost did just watching it on DVD, so, but yeah, so I'd say I'd give this one a 5 out of 10. The performances, cinematography, makeup, and all that are good and stuff, but the rest of it is just meh. It's not one that I ever plan on revisiting anytime soon. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the post, and I hope you enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody.